first semi-final, New Zealand and Australia. I'm Ricky Swanell alongside Philippa Tatiet. We were just chatting. What do we reckon? No idea.
Gosh, no, absolutely no idea with this one. I mean, you could say Australia have been the most consistent, but after, like you say, New Zealand's lost to Canada, when they came back against USA, it was some of the best rugby we've seen of them this series. So without saying the old cliche, let's see which New Zealand team turns up, but they're going to have to bring their best because, like I say, Australia have been very consistent.
3-2 in New Zealand's favour so far this season. That's the last 3 in a row. Australia's last win was in Perth. That doesn't matter now because it's here in Madrid, the semi-final. Australia and New Zealand underway. Into the beaming sun, it's rolled off New Zealand fingertips, and Australia will have throw to the line out here, just outside the 22.
Yeah, high fives there from the Australian players. They gave good chase, managed to get the spills, so they'll have the put in here.
The kicking game of Tia Hines has been a real asset for Australia. Young player as they go quickly to Madison Levi, who whips it, can't find her sister, but it does land for Hines, and now here's Tegan, so Australia attacking first with lots of potential, so many weapons. Hines again is busy, they hung off her, and then she threw it to the outside edge where Faith Nathan was stationed in the shadows, and it just breaks down for Australia.
You wonder actually if she could have kept on to hold of that ball. It was a lovely double switch, really twisted and turned the New Zealand defence. Could she have just maybe put a dummy in, backed herself?
Sure.
This head-to-head record
Crouch.
so far this season. Yeah, 3-2 as I mentioned. There's
Bind.
very little separating these sides across the stats. Tries scored, tries conceded, wins, losses. It's nip and tuck as it always is. New Zealand now from inside their own 22. They had all sorts of problems in this area against Canada yesterday, but that's a good surge upfield. Strong effort from the Black Ferns Sevens. Here's Reese Pody Lane, the captain, looking to release Georgia Miller. Great tackle, Soraya Paki on her. Back New Zealand come working in the middle with Setefano. Lots of experience. You hear the call from Tyler King, hold it. Goes to ground and back they come again. New Zealand just building at the moment, looking for the incursion upfield. Pody Lane lays it back. A good long lay back of the ball, didn't allow Australia to get to it. Setefano busy now. Miller through the first tackle, and there for Pody Lane. She's thrown that into Levi. It's play on for Australia. Wasn't knocked down, it just threw into Levi's body, and so the mistake from New Zealand allows Tegan Levi to pour forward, looking to release Nathan on the edge, one-on-one with Blythe. Back comes Nathan, in they go again. Long sequence of play in this match. Australia have been in this half looking for first points. Paki again looking for Kaslik on the inside, tipped up Pody Lane, and Kaslik throws a wild ball forward in desperation. A defence of both teams excellent so far.
Oh, it's energy-sapping stuff for both sides, I think. Both going edge to edge, both trying to break that gain line. Just forcing it there from Kaslik. Sign of the frustration, wanting to break that deadlock. We're always so used, aren't we? First half between these two teams, often quite tight. It's usually in the second half where either team might pull away.
Higher.
A good Sunday evening to you in Australia on the eastern seaboard. It's about 7:30. 9:30 New Zealand on a Sunday night. Welcome in on Sky Sport New Zealand and Stan Sport Australia. We know you love these battles. Oh, tight head. Australia again. Miller just able to disrupt Hines. It was a critical intervention from Miller, but more possession here for Australia to work with. Nathan didn't want to take on Blythe and ran headlong into Setefano. Game of defence at the moment as one team pushes and the other one pulls, and now Hines again. It's just dragged down by Paul for New Zealand. Australia really asking a lot of questions.
She backed off, play on.
Still there for Faith Nathan. She's got Tegan Levi on the switch. That one's wobbly and bobbly, and it's Hines there again. Who's getting through a ton of early work, Tia Hines. Kaslik up to the line. Into Blythe making the tackle. Oh, Setefano come through and stealing it. Looking for the offload, finds Pody Lane. Now New Zealand back onto attack. Some space for King. Can she release? Woodman-Wycliffe on the outside, trying to use the power rather than the pace. Dragging her team upfield. New Zealand into Australia's half for the first time.
Offside, thanks, mate.
And an offside penalty coming the Kiwis' way.
Just wait. Yeah.
And Tyler King settling
9
it down.
offside.
It has been gut-busting. But Teresa Settifano with a couple of big plays for the Kiwis.
Yeah, showing that physicality, wasn't she? That's something you've got to be so careful on in sevens. You hold on to that possession, but what might tell is your work rate then on the ground. You just haven't got that energy, that fight to present quickly, and that's where teams can sniff a bit of weakness.
Here is Settifano again looking for Miller on the switch. Likes that little outside, gets past Nasser, tries to fend away. Caslick gets rid of her, able to get up. Go again, Miller, wrestling to the line, couple of metres short. Woodman-Whitcliffe finds Settifano on the charge. Good defends Australia again, Maddie Levi. Ball spills out. Poldy Lane just gets there.
Gold.
Almost think Pucky pushed her onto the ball. It might have helped her.
Play it.
So Australia's defence regroup. Nathan might have, Faith Nathan shot up outside, and Mahina Paul's going to go through. It's taken a while, but it's the youngster Mahina Paul that breaks the early deadlock.
Oh, it was that hard push, wasn't it? Just gave her that inside option.
Be sure
Gutted for Australia, they'd worked so hard. This was awesome, try-saving tackle here. But this now, just watch how hard yet the Australian player pushes up. Just gives that inside shoulder.
It is as expected, as always, tough stuff. Conversion is away, so it's just the 5-pointer, but it's Mahina Paul, 5 points to 0 with 1 minute to go in this first half. What a tussle. These teams went toe-to-toe all season. It was the final match of the regular season that New Zealand got over the top and won their overall title. That's bounced back, and it's going to come off New Zealand hands. So some possession from Australia. Caslick. New Zealand with this, yeah, we're going to get the steal, but
I know.
a knock-on of the restart. Frustration from, I think, Michaela Blyde nearby. She did admit to me recently that she is one to maybe have a little chip or give it to a ref every so often in the nicest, politest way. Only one try this weekend, Michaela Blyde.
Crouch.
It's extraordinary.
Bind.
Usually goes up in doubles.
Set.
Siren's gone for half-time. Australia looking to strike back before this break. Even it up beforehand. Here's Faith Nathan, got the pace on Paul, and that allows her to get away. Blythe's going to chase, but Faith Nathan taking it upon herself, got around the outside, and Australia will get right back and perhaps in front just on half-time. Faith Nathan.
There is literally so little between these two teams. I'm not surprised there, Australia taking their time to put that ball down. Just let everyone have a breath. Wind that clock down. Just pure gas in the end. Just backed herself on that outside edge. So valuable in a sevens team to have players that you know just believe in themselves on that outside edge.
She's come up trumps big time in the last couple of tournaments. Faith Nathan for Australia, dream team in Hong Kong, dream team in Singapore. Now she's helped put her team in front. Faith Nathan, and a conversion in front, so it'll be Australia that go ahead at the break. 7 points to 5, half-time in the semi-final.
Yes.
Women's Championship semi-finals, France gearing up for their match against Canada just over 12 minutes time. In here it's number 1 and 2, the great rivals, New Zealand and Australia. It's Australia 7 points to 5 as the second half's underway. Tyler King bangs this downfield into the hands of Tia Hines. Bella Nasser up the middle. Australia spread from sun to shade. Ben Tarita into the action. She's a Real weapon for
Shoots
Tim
in the
Walker's
air.
side, but it's been stripped away, and Miller now with the footwork. She's got Pody Lane, puts it on the chest for her captain. New Zealand in the blink of an eye, defence to attack. Reese Pody Lane scores.
What about that rip from New Zealand? Game-changing moment. Australia looking very cool, very calm. Here you go, look, Georgia Miller. Oh my gosh, is there anything she doesn't do? She's got to be one of the most valuable players this weekend. Incredible. That's a game-changing moment right there.
Reese Pody Lane, the New Zealand captain, puts her team in front of the work of her 20-year-old Tyro as the conversion goes off in. And it's New Zealand now 12 points to 7.
Yeah. Time off for the shoelace. Time back on.
Tyler King. Tit for tat between these sides again. And again, this time she goes shallow on the restart. Pucky's going to have to chase it. Does really well to get there. Good hustle from Soraya Pucky. Australia now with Caslick looking for that switch. Tarita. Australia haven't been able to get Maddie Levi into the game yet either. There's some carry up the middle from Bellanassa again.
Tackle.
Now they are going to head out that way. Tarita, Ben Tarita. King just clings on around the bootlaces. Rock solid defender, Tyler King eventually. Tarita goes to ground. They'll keep pressing down this right side. And here is Levi. Not a lot of space for her to get through. Just barrels hard into the contact though. She's not just pace, she's power as well. Australia stuck in their own 22 at the moment. New Zealand just chopping in, making tackles. Australia recycling possession well known. Here's Nathan who put them in front just before half-time with that magic run around the New Zealand defence. Again, recycling. Very patient, very composed, and now the acceleration or Pody Lane just gets Tarita as she was off. Around the corner comes Hines, looking for Nathan. Goes herself, Hines, up over halfway now, Australia, really building. Paki, they recycle once more. Tarita again, she's had a big impact off the bench, carrying in every movement. New Zealand's defence just sweeps side to side. Nasser looks for the offload. Oh, beautifully read by Setefano, who held on to it, and it spills out for the Black Ferns. There's only a couple out here, but what anticipation from Teresa Setefano. Now Pody Lane almost around the outside, but finds Woodman Whitcliffe. Caslick sat her down, stayed down, and Woodman Whitcliffe powers over the try line.
Wow, that was bruising stuff. Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe rises to the occasion when you need her. That's the read, though. Absolutely brilliant. Gets that turnover. And watch this. Wow. Might need to just make sure she's okay. I think physios are coming on.
The Woodman Whitcliffe, just that the one that's just broken it open. It was all strength, all hunger. 19 points to 7. As Caslick has gone to the side, looks to be okay. King shallow with the restart for Waka to try and climb. Again, it's Pucky there, brilliantly done by Pucky, but Tegan Levi. Now Miller's snatched it once more. She's so quick on that ball. And then a forward pass, an ugly forward pass, ruins the moment and the chance for New Zealand.
7 black, please.
Tyler King's going to hobble to the sideline. She's been a bit proppy on that leg all week. Tasha Ikenasio heading out there. Tell you what, watch your wallet if Georgia Miller's around, because you never know it's gone.
Okay, time on. Crouch. Bind.
Tyler King to the side, warmly applauded by this very knowledgeable crowd. 19-7 has to be Australia, got to be able to strike though. This penalty will help.
On the back.
Dom du Toit. She's a cool, calm head for Australia to be able to bring on. They need to be next to score. It's Tegan Levi, strong charge. And able to stand in the tackle. They need to get it towards the other one. Out to the other wing. Pucky up the middle. Again, Miller and Poldy Lane, and du Toit loses control on backwards. Play on, say the officials. So carry on it is for Nathan with some room on the edge. Felix Hotham comes across. Great footwork again from Nathan. That may open the space that Australia have been looking for. Du Toit trying to find Maddie Levi. Instead, it's Shave up the middle with all her pace, dragged down by Waka. Back they come again from a standing start. Levi and Blyde, one-on-one. Blyde hustling it to the sideline, wins that little battle, but still there for Australia and Tia Hines. Time starting to tick on the semi-final. It must be now for Australia if they're to give themselves a chance. Pucky. What a workload she's had. Now it's opened up for Australia and Faith Nathan on the edge. They were patient and they were precise. And Australia closed the gap.
Yeah, Australia, one of the most clinical teams in the 22. The key to this game so far is just New Zealand have kept them out of there, but you know they're going to score when they do get there. Look at this patience. There's half gaps all over the place, but they work it, they bring in other players to make sure the try is guaranteed.
There's always another twist in the tail, and there's always an outstanding kick to come. So 19 plays 14, one score in it, one try in it. Charlotte Caslick's back out there for Australia too. There's the hooter. Look at that for the season record. Combined men and women, third all time. She can equal Siabella Sinatla. There she is twice. But first things first is regain this ball for Australia, and she's done that, Levi. Here's the chance for Australia. Time is gone. They can snatch it. They can win it. They're looking for a place in the final. New Zealand's defence has to stand firm. As Australia, I was going to say, head towards their strike weapon. Now they're looking to find her. The switch for Pucky. Big contact. Now Tegan's there. She's got Maddie with her. Maddie going to clear out the ruck. Deep into extra time. Added time now for Australia, looking to earn a place into the championship final with du Toit. Just got a little corner, two miles, then almost found Pucky. Backwards it goes. No way to clear out. New Zealand need to stay disciplined. And now there could be some space for the Levis on the outside. They go back in field for Caslick. Skips out of one. Charlotte Caslick to win it for Australia. No, it's Levi in the corner. What a finish, what a win. Australia go through to the final, and it's their superstar scorer who seals it. With a conversion to come.
Wow, what a bit of play. When you had the two sisters on the edge, Tegan Levi, she didn't put that big injection of pace on, even though she had space in front of her. She jogged, which gave Caslick the opportunity on the inside.
The conversion to win it is perfect! The stars step up, the big guns, and then the youngsters. A kick from the corner, and it's Australia to a final.